Hey, what's up you guys? Bloody Jacob here to bring you my weekly review.
Hey, what's up you guys? Bloody Jacob here, meeting my icon, Catherine Isabel here.
Across the streams of hopes and dreams where things are really not. Come along if you can. Come along if you dare.
Have a good one. Cheers, guys.
Side of your mind, but please realize you'll probably be surprised.
Hey, what's up you guys? Bloody Jacob here, just bringing a quick movie review. This time we're going to be talking about Shiver, 2012 horror thriller film starring Danielle Harris and directed by Julian Richards, also starring Jarratt and Casper Dien. So yeah, I have the copy right here. Got this in the mail about a week ago, and this is one of Danielle Harris's I've been meaning to see for a while now. I'm trying to watch a lot more Danielle Harris movies. The next one I have lined up is Inoperable, which just came out, by the way. Definitely check it out. I've heard great things. Catherine Isabel is still by far my favorite actress in the genre, and probably my favorite actress in general. No question, actually. But Danielle Harris I've always liked, and I've really been wanting to make more of a push to see more of her work, because she's just awesome. I've heard nothing but good things about her, and I'd love to meet her at some point too if I get lucky enough to go to a convention she's at. But yeah, so this is the start to it, and some time ago I heard about this movie from a friend, well, a Facebook friend, who's into horror as well, and she had brought up this one among a few others. So yeah, I'm going to read you the back of it because it'll explain it better than I can. So I'm going to have you look at that while I read. Danielle Harris, Hatchet 2 and 3, stars with Casper Dien and John Jarratt in this. Okay, it's kind of hard to read, so I'm going to read it like this. Alright. In this savagely entertaining horror thriller based on the acclaimed novel by Brian Harper, the Griffin is a serial killer with a flair for the dramatic and a grisly trophy case of victims. But when he sets out to add shy young secretary Wendy Alden to his macabre collection, he gets more than he bargained for. Always one step ahead of the pursuing detective Delgado Van Dien, the brilliant psychopath penetrates police lines at will, circling even closer to the target of his deranged fantasies. Until finally, the only thing standing between Wendy and the Griffin's unthinkable desires is her own desperate, indomitable will to survive. So yeah, it is a thriller, or I mean, it is a horror thriller film. But I definitely say it's, kind of more on the side of a thriller, I think. I guess you could go either way with it. But yeah, so I was looking forward to watching this one for a while, and I gotta say, while I liked it, I was a little disappointed. It was fine. Danielle Harris, she does give a pretty commendable and respectable performance in it, I think. I'm still eager to see more of her work. And she brings it, she wrecks herself to bring out this emotion, this terror, and this agonizing shit that she's going through. She does incredibly well with that, and she gets a great moment of strength at the end when she finally, gets to, give John Jarratt's character his comeuppance, the Griffin. But besides that, well, before we get to the rest of it, John Jarratt also is fairly entertaining in the movie. I think he could have been played by a few different people. I know he's been in things like the Wolf Creek films, which I haven't watched. And he is creepy in this. He is definitely unsettling, and there's definitely ones where oh, okay, this is pretty damn uncomfortable, as it should be. And he does well with it. I'm not saying he doesn't. But once in a while, I feel like he bridged between being genuinely creepy and almost cartoony, because he felt a little bit over the top in other parts of the film. Casper Van Dien, he was recently, well, not recently, but he was also in The Pact, which I reviewed not too long ago. He plays almost the same character in this. I'm not familiar with his main noted work, but he's serviceable. He really could have been played by anyone for sure. So the rest of the acting besides Harris's is fine. It's okay. But Harris definitely makes the movie, and the movie can get a little bit slow at times, and I feel like it felt a little bit repetitive with the stalking, a little bit dragged out. Not with the stalking, but with the way he was going about trying to screw with her mentally. But I did enjoy it. It does feel a little bit conventional, though. It is pretty basic in terms of story. I mean, we've seen quite a few horror thriller films like this for the past few decades. So it doesn't really do much to distinguish itself besides Harris's pretty strong performance. And I said that there is a moment towards the end where she finally gets to give him his comeuppance, and she does, because he ends up escaping from the police again when he's captured, and he starts shooting up the office that she works at, which I don't think they'd allow in a lot of movies nowadays. Luckily it's just a smaller film. But that was actually a pretty cool sequence at the end, intense sequence I should say. But she's able to get a gun off of another body, and then she actually shoots him up quite a bit and pins him down and makes him recite what he had her say. Just removing all this strength and power he likes to believe he has in his fucked up psyche. Really, it did pretty well with those mental issues he has. I do think though, and that was a pretty awesome moment for Danielle Harris for sure. I clapped. So it was good to see it, go that way in the end. No, swerve, bad, killer, evil ending or something like that. It still felt very fitting and yet very grim at the same time somehow. And then, meanwhile, Danielle Harris's character, Wendy, she has issues with her mother as well. And I like when she stands up to her over the phone and just shuts her down. That was pretty cool. But yeah, so, this movie is probably a little bit too familiar. Some of the performances besides Harris's are either wooden or, like I said, slightly cartooning on Jarratt's part, but he's still fun enough to watch. And Harris just really, holds the movie up on her shoulders and delivers a pretty strong finish, for what it was. But still, I can't shake the fact that I've seen movies like this, quite a few times. And there's no real standout moments besides that ending for me. Just besides, again, what Harris brings to the table with her performance. But yeah, let me know what you guys thought about Shiver. If you've seen it, let me know in the comments below, even though I just kind of spoiled it for you if you haven't, so I apologize. I'll put a spoiler warning in the title to avoid it. But yeah, if I had to rate this movie, I'm rating it a C+. Again, we have that moment at the end that I was talking about that I like so much. Yeah, I'm rating it a C+. I don't think I can go much above that, unfortunately, even though I do kind of want to, as I've already explained. But Harris, with Harris, I had to give it at least that. I'm becoming a pretty big fan of hers, and I'm excited to watch more of her films for sure. So yeah, follow me on Facebook, Twitter, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.